All right, folks, please set up your notes. You know the routine, right? Thanks for watching and listening to my notes on this. Today, hey, good news. These are not difficult topics. If I make this clear, you're going to be like, "What? Is this easy?" Okay, so we're going to break this into two videos. The first one is about Extrema, the second one's about end behavior, and we're supposed to identify both of those. Now the end behavior down here does have some funky notation that's a little hard to understand. But anyways, let's get to the story. Let's say you've met somebody special, right? They make your heart go pitter-patter. You're super excited about the relationship. So in the beginning, at time 0, when you first meet this person, let's say you have like a normal heart rate just before you meet them of like, I don't know, 70 beats per minute. Now you just met them and you're super excited about them. Your heart rate might, it might just go crazy because you're super excited about meeting them. Now, let's see, what are we going to go by here? Days, maybe? So let's say after day 1, after day 2, and so on. Okay, so now some kind of like suspect things start coming out about them. You know, you're like, I'm not so sure about them. And so after a week of being with them, you realize, no, just another normal person. I'm not super excited about them anymore. Okay? Now, this point where you were just going crazy about them, this would be our maximum. Okay? So let's put down a max right here. Now, they're going to want to know what the X and the Y value of this extrema is. So let's write the whole word down. There's a maximum at 1 comma, let's say your heart rate got up to 140 beats a minute. Okay, so let's say right over here the Y value, oh geez, this is kind of in the way, doggone it, 140, all right? Let me move the rate word out of the way. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if I can, let's see, well, I'm gonna leave it right there. The 140 is kind of buried. But I would have a extrema or a maximum at 1 comma 140. Okay, so you got to give the X and the Y value. Now look, your heart rate went back down to 70. This might not be completely realistic. You might have, let's say, found out something kind of interesting about them before, you know, they said something that really ticked you off. Okay, so let's say you had, you know, realized, man, this person's super exciting. I think I like them. And then they say something that really ticked you off, and your heart rate peaked and then quickly went down. Okay, so this peak right here would be a relative maximum. Okay, or a local maximum. So I'm going to add a word in here. I want you to add it right now, relative, because there's a spot that's higher. This is going to be our maximum over here now because it has a higher Y value than any other point on the function. Now, you might say, wait, somewhere down the road, I'm going to meet somebody I'm more excited about. Maybe my heart rate goes back up, or maybe I do some exercising or something like that, you know. Well, this is just part of the story, okay? So you could have a relative maximum, which means it's just bigger, the Y value is bigger than any of them in here. And you could have an overall or a global or just a maximum where it's higher than any Y value anywhere on the function. You can also have a minimum, right? So your heart rate goes down and you're kind of depressed for a little while because you thought they were somebody special, and then it goes back up and it goes back to 70 beats per minute. So right over here, this would be a minimum. Put that word down, minimum. Now you might say, okay, well, my heart rate's going to get low sometime again, and maybe it goes lower than that. If it went over here and it went down a little ways, then this would become a relative minimum if you got to a Y value lower than this spot right over here. So let's put a Y value over here. Let's say this is like 50 beats per minute, and that happened on day, let's say day 5, okay? Let's don't make this too hard. So 5 comma 50 is where the minimum would happen, all right? So let's look at a homework problem together real quick. See, it's going to say, where is the relative maximum? Okay, so let's identify the relative maximum. It's right there because this y value right in here is higher than the y values that are near it. And so where is this happening? Oh boy, -2, -2. So I'm going to put down -2, comma, -2. All right, and then it says, where is the relative minimum? Okay, so let me see if I can slide this up a little bit. I hope your eyes are looking at this and going, man, this isn't hard, Nelson. Here's the relative minimum. It's less than the ones around it, and where is that happening? At -1, -3. So you put -1, -3. All right, it's that easy, folks. Thanks for watching my video. Good luck. I want you to try up to problem number 6 and then watch video 2. Very important. 1 through 5, then watch video 2.